Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by our podcast. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm your host. My name is Tori, and this is...
I would be Mark.
Hi, Mark. So
How are we doing, sir?
Absolutely fabulous. How was your weekend?
You look like you're having a good time today.
Life is good in a backhanded kind of way.
Yeah. Home ownership is doing you well.
Oh, doing me great.
Yeah.
Oh, and this weekend was Pride Week here in Indianapolis, and my husband and I we celebrated full throat. We didn't go to any of the festivities or anything, but we spent the weekend cleaning.
Yodeling, right?
Yeah. No, we cleaned and we decorated and we gardened and we cooked. Basically, if we had cut someone's hair, we would have filled the entire gay agenda. Okay, everybody, enough of the small talk. Let's get into the topic. We promised earlier on in the when we started the podcast that we would not always be talking about products and services that we offered here. That we would,
as you notice, no props, no products, and or services.
True, which is going to make it difficult to hide our cue cards, right? So we promised that we would be talking about things of interest to the general library industry, and today we're going to be talking about Little Free Libraries.
Yes, we are.
So the Little Free Library org is celebrating its 10 years this year, and there are awesome projects that are available in regards to constructing your own Little Free Library online.
They have a ton of plans, videos on their website. Pinterest has an amazing array of very cool things that you could do with plans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we've seen some awesome stuff, and we've asked Evan if he would be so kind as to kind of plug some of the images in as the podcast goes along.
He just gave a thumbs up, so I think that's a yes.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up, which is oh heck yeah. So we just wanted to share a little bit of information, some fun facts about the Little Free Libraries. Oh, and by the way, if your library hosts a Little Free Library in your community, we would love to hear about it. So snap off a shot, give us a quick definition, let us know a few words about it, and you can send that information via email to podcast@teilandmarkaudio.com. We would love to see what you're doing. And as a matter of fact, this is a little before your time, Mark. We hosted a video contest. And we had some incredible entries. It was so much fun. I'll have to show you some of those videos at another time. Maybe we'll do a podcast on those as well.
We have time now, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But one of the prizes that we gave away was a Little Free Library, and it was absolutely adorable.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So here's some interesting information about Little Free Libraries. Little Free Libraries are in all 50 states, in 91 countries. They're on every continent except Antarctica. And you can go through the entire alphabet, A through Z, and with the exception of the letter Y, you can find a country that starts with the letter of the alphabet that they have a Little Free Library. So
why is there a Y enigma? What is with that?
Because apparently Yemen hasn't opened a Little Free Library yet. I mean, I really don't know. Okay, you folks in Yemen or
Yugoslavia.
Yeah, you need to get on the ball here. Did you know?
I need to fact check that. I find that amazing.
Yeah. Oh, you can fact check that on the littlefreelibrary.org website.
All right.
That's where most of this, fabulous but basically worthless information is coming from.
Right.
And we do recommend that you check out their website, littlefreelibrary.org. It's full of incredible facts and information, and their Facebook page is amazing. Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of fun. And while you're on Facebook, stop by our site at TEI Landmark and keep up with our feed as
Check
well. Another interesting fact about Little Free Libraries is the first Little Free Library was actually designed to be a tribute to the founder's mother. It was a memorial. His name was Todd Bowl, And he built the first Little Free Library back in 2009, hence their 10-year anniversary. And he's been referred to as the Johnny Appleseed of books, which I think, spreading humanity throughout the land. Yeah. And speaking of humanity, the first idea for the name of Little Free Libraries was Habitats for Humanities.
But it was kind of taken. So.
One of the Little Free Libraries that I saw was actually carved out of a dead tree.
I know you showed me that. It was a pretty massive tree trunk. It had a circumference of, I mean, it was a majorly sized tree trunk that they actually carved this little hobbit.
Exactly. Yeah, I was getting ready to say it looked like something you'd find in Middle Earth, but it was actually done in a community member's front lawn rather than just, take out the dead tree. They turned it into a Little Free Library.
And I've seen them that look like covered bridges, that look like spaceships. I've even seen them where they've actually made them mobile, where they've actually set them up on bicycles, and people would ride around neighborhoods that have basically a book desert, and they would cruise through and be able to supply titles that way.
And another great thing about Little Free Libraries is the activity that it creates in your community. I read an interesting statistic, and that is that it is 30% of Americans don't know their next door neighbor. And I've read a couple of articles which I find fascinating and also true. They're, the neighbor that lives on the north end of my house, I have never met them. I assume that someone lives there because the pattern in the light pattern in the house changes, right, and the lawn is mysteriously cut every once in a while. But aside from that,
the question is, when you're walking over there, do you see their lights go out?
No, I told you I haven't met them yet. They have no reason to turn their lights out when they see me coming.
just checking.
But with that statistic in mind, there are a lot of people who have put out Little Free Libraries, and they've reported that suddenly they're getting to know all of their neighbors. It's a great conversation starter and so on. So there's another reason to consider a Little Free Library in your community.
Right.
And I've also seen many Little Free Libraries that not only put books into into the little buildings that they put out, but they also put in basic hygiene supplies and canned foods and such to kind of help support those that are less fortunate within the confines of the community. So there are multiple things that you can do with your Little Free Library that's going to improve the quality and the communication in your community as well. There are 3 Little Free Libraries for every public library in the United States, which I think is astounding. And you can supply your Little Free Library in a multitude of ways. It can be done through patron donation. It can be done with a community grant. Perhaps one of the companies or industries in your area would be willing to jump in and make arrangements to help you do that.
They have discounted titles at the Little Free Library's website. You can, once you have gotten a charter there, you can buy titles for as little as $1.
Yeah.
Right.
And for audiobooks, you've got TEI, because don't forget, we used to have our gently used audiobook sale on the second Tuesday of every month. We've had to scale that back just a little bit because of a lot of the other programs and such that we're introducing, like our Makerspace in a Crate leasing program, which, by the way, if you do not know about that program, you really should give us a call. The response from the libraries that are participating in that program has been beyond
far exceeded our wildest dreams.
Absolutely. It is absolutely amazing. And of course, giving us a call and having a conversation doesn't cost you a dime. We've said it in every podcast. We'll say it again. We're not aggressive salespeople. Let's have a conversation about our Makerspace program, because it is incredible.
And speaking of Makerspace and Little Free Libraries, on their website, they actually have plans where you could take your 3D printer that, whether you get it from us, you currently have one in your library, you can actually create your actual your actual little library out of makerspace material
Yeah.
and 3D print it.
And what a great way to do the cross-referencing between programs and such that you're offering at your library. Excellent point. Okay, and so getting back to stocking the Little Free Library, and we were talking about that sale that we have. Used to be the second Tuesday of every other month.
Every month, used to be.
Every month, I mean.
Yep.
So we've had to scale that back a bit. We're now offering that program once a quarter. So keep your eyes open for those announcements in our general email campaigns.
And that's the second Tuesday of the quarter, every quarter.
Yes, correct. And so you can buy gently used CD audiobooks for $12. You can buy gently used playaways for $25. So that's a great way to stock up audio materials in your Little Free Library to offer to your community without busting the budget. And not only in your Little Free Libraries, of course, you can take advantage of that to help beef up the audiobook collection at your library location as well.
Yeah.
So especially for those small and rural libraries, what an outstanding way, to make sure that you've got fresh titles on your shelf at any given time. Let's see. What else? We've talked about the mobile Little Free Libraries, which are awesome. I saw a cartoon. There were a group of mermaids, and they had a Little Free Library set up on a float raft, and they were talking about how in the olden days, that's how they used to lure the sailors because many of them couldn't actually sing, and they knew that the sailors were starving for something to do. So anyway, we kind of strayed from the initial topic. So
as is the usual course of action.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For those of you that know us, the conversation is not typically difficult for us. You can call us and talk about pretty much anything you want to. We'll eventually get around to business. We want to be your favorite vendor. All right. So we're kind of running out of time here, but we did want to make sure that we took the opportunity to tout something that pretty much any library can do.
Give it a shout out. It's a great organization. It's a 501c. Tons of things. You can just be so creative with building your own. You can buy one and tweak it. I've seen where, for someone who wants to get that dog walker walking by.
Yeah.
They actually have like a little dog hitching post. Like you have your horse and you tie it up at the hitching post. They have little hooks to hook your dog leash on as you're walking. Take a few minutes, not worry about your little pet running off. I mean, very cool things that you can do.
Yeah. Very. And what a great opportunity for a makerspace project at your library as well. So we do hope that you will keep in mind the idea of potentially adding a Little Free Library in your community. And of course, give us your feedback. Let us know about your successes and failures. We love hearing from our customers. So give us a call. Let's talk about anything that we do here at TEI. Give us your feedback. We're always looking for customer feedback. And let's talk about the makerspace leasing opportunity, because I feel confident that you would be absolutely amazed. So our phone number is 800-850-1701 or
podcast at teilandmarkaudio.com.
That about wraps it up for us today. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with us. We appreciate it. We are thrilled that we are able to offer products that teach, engage, and inspire. We'll see you next time. Drop by, waste some time with us. See ya.
Bye-bye.